So, 2025 is officially here.
Oh my god! Wow!
And I know a lot of us are feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the planning for the new year. You might have already come up with a long list of New Year's resolutions, but let's be honest here, sometimes we just feel lazy and tired to tackle them, and those goals just end up getting pushed to the next year. Trust me, I completely get it. Let's talk about how we can actually make this year different and actually stick to our plans. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be here with you today to share some awesome tips for kicking off your new academic year in 2025. And guess what? I'll be showing you how to use my absolute favorite app, Notion. Don't forget to check the description box below because I have got a free template just for you. It is my little New Year's gift to help you organize and crush your goals this year. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I will walk you through how to make the most of it. Let's jump right in. So basically, Notion is a super cool app that actually helps you stay organized with your daily routines and activities. It is super easy to use, so straightforward, and the best part, it is totally free. I have been using Notion for the past 3 years, and let me tell you, it has been a total game changer for me. If you are looking to boost your organization skill, definitely you guys need to check it out. First tip, create a fake list. I call it a fake list because I often find myself not following through on my resolutions, which means I end up not achieving much and sometimes dragging the same goals into the next year. So what's a fake list? It is where you write down everything you wish to achieve in a new year. For example, you might write, I want to achieve a CGPA of 4.0, or I want to buy myself a lady glow. When you look at your list, it might feel a bit overwhelming, especially if you have a lot of big dreams in your mind. Now take a moment to think critically. Can you actually make this thing happen this year? If you feel that getting a 4.0 or buying that designer bag are really unrealistic right now, go ahead and cut them off from your list. Instead, consider something like aiming for a CGPA of 3.2, which is much more aligned with your current level. Once you have done that, grab another piece of paper, a blank one, or a to-do list template, and write down the goals that you have decided to keep from your fake list. This way, you will have a much more focused plan for the next 12 months. Always remember the goals you set for yourself should feel achievable. Don't push yourself too hard. Think things through. Start with small, manageable goals instead of jumping straight to the big ones. This approach has really helped me stay on track, and I hope it really works for you too, besties. Tip number 2, stay organized. Always have a calendar or a planner with you. I use a calendar like this, which actually looks like this. You can actually see there are like empty spaces where you can actually jot down all the important deadlines and so on. I use a calendar like that, which has made my life super easy when it comes to planning my daily routines and keeping track of my upcoming deadlines for assignments and more. But don't worry if you don't have a calendar like that, Notion has it all. It features an amazing calendar tool where you can jot down all your important information, upcoming tasks, deadlines, and so on. You can even mark them with different colors to easily differentiate each activity. Plus, you can use it in a Notion app as well, which actually looks good. If you would like a Notion guide or tour, just let me know in the comments below and I will be thrilled to record one for you, besties. Tip number 3, organize your study materials. I am sure you all have your study materials ready for the new semester, so once you actually got that access to it, take some time to really dive into them before your classes actually start. Don't wait for your lecturer to kick things off first. Start by reviewing the course plan your lecturer has provided. Check out the objectives for the course, what it covers, and how you are actually expected to study. Ask yourself what study methods might work best. Will it be more about theory or is it a calculation based course? If you find something important here, besties, don't hesitate to snap a screenshot to keep it handy for your reference. Having all this figured out before your classes actually begin will actually make a huge difference. Personally, I like to organize my iPad and laptop and declutter my study space to kick off the new academic year. It really helps set a positive tone as I start my studies. Tip number 4. The final tip is all about embracing healthy habits. While education is super important, taking care of your health is just as crucial. Aim for balanced meals instead of reaching for junk food, and consider going for a jog or trying out some yoga to keep yourself active. Remember, a healthy body contributes to a healthy mind. Speaking of healthy choices, I love snacking on nuts every day because they can really boost your memorization skills. But if you are allergic to nuts, don't worry, you can add delicious berries, oats, and granolas to your diet as tasty alternatives. These are fantastic options to include in your meals or enjoy as snacks. Feel free to snap a screenshot of this for your reference. And if you want to stay organized, you can actually track your meals using the Notion app. I have actually prepared an amazing template just for you all to use. Now, let me show you how to use my Notion template. So, when you actually click onto this, you can actually see that I have added this cover on the top, and over here you can add your name, and I have added some widgets to actually make it more prettier or aesthetic. And you can actually listen to a lo-fi here, lo-fi songs. Just click on it, and here I have added a calendar, which is going to be super useful for you besties, because you can actually add all the dates, all the deadlines that you actually want to list down here, and a quote. You can actually see it here. So, alright, moving on to the daily to-do list. So, priority tasks. So, what does it mean by priority tasks? Priority tasks is that task that you think that it is much more important, much more urgent for you to actually make it happen. So you can just type it here. So there are like actually samples here that you can actually refer to. I have made some samples, but not a lot. Okay, not gonna disclose a lot of information to you, but you can actually go through this. And non-priority tasks, not like urgent ones or very important, you can actually list down at the bottom. And over here is my favorite part. So my life organization. So academia, when you click on it, you can actually see that you can add your school or your university or your college timetable and schedule. So here's a sample as well. I have just added like a short form of my course. So this is actually building legislation, so I just added as a BL. And next is master to-do list. Master to-do list is something that you can add for your notes, quizzes, extra practices, and tutorials. It is actually different from the previous daily to-do list that I have showed you just now, because that one is a bit different. So the assignment tracker here is all about presentation, tutorial presentations, and assignments. For my uni, we normally have like tutorial presentation, we normally present tutorial questions in front of the class. So basically it is something related to our assignment marks as well. So you can just see that the status not started, you can actually click on it. I have already prepared like in progress, done, and so on. You can actually experiment with Notion because it is totally fun. When I was doing it as well, I personally started to experiment most of the new features and functions of Notion because the recent update and upgrade of the app actually made a lot of changes compared to the previous one that I have used. And over here is the revision checklist. You can add like past year papers, or you want to do any revision before any upcoming exams and so on. And here exam prep is all about your midterms or finals, for you to track down whether you have already studied or reviewed all the all the courses and so on. So this is how the academia looks like. So moving on to the next one is clubs and societies. It's not actually very necessary, but what I love about this page is that it is so easy for you to track down all the clubs and societies that you have joined in your university, college, or even schools. So these are some of the societies and clubs that I have joined. You can actually go through this as well. It is quite fun. You can actually see a toggle list here, which is my favorite one. You can actually add some point form or bulleted form information and so on, and all the treasury tasks and so on. You can actually look onto this as well. And for the next one is a book tracker app, a book tracker feature that I have created for you. So far, if you have followed my Instagram story, I have actually finished a Shatter Me is from Tahereh Mafi. So it is my most favorite novel, I would say. It is my first time reading more than I think it is around 200 pages. Oh yeah, 300 pages. It is quite nice. So you can actually track down all the genres, stats, and the reflection journal, all your reading goals, and also your wish list. And so these are my wish lists. So you can actually go through this as well. And for the goals part is the most longest part. You can actually go through this as well. And if you have realized earlier, I added some quotes over here. Okay, it is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can actually see not here, but this one is the habit tracker, and over here is the hobbies, your current hobbies, and anything that you want to try and so on. And besties, if you would like to see more, I have actually made like a manual or how to actually use this certain page over here. You can actually see here. And next is the relationship tracker, and you can see another quote here from J.K. Rowling. And here I have already give you an instruction for how to use the template itself, and you can actually go through it as well. I'm just going to go fast. So the travel checklist is my favorite. Wherever you are planning to go, checklist, packing list, budget tracker, and destination research, you can all look at here, and there's an instruction for you as well, and you can go through it. Health and wellness tracker as well, and you can actually see the mental health journey, wellness goals. These are all samples that I have created for you besties, so that it will be easier for you to refer. And over here is academic and career tracker, another quote by Nelson Mandela. And here there are like subjects or modules, tables, career development. You can actually go through this. All the professional skills that you have, you can just list down here so that it will be easier for you to write a resume in the future, or if you are planning to go for an intern soon, it will be super useful for you. And over here as well, the instruction for use and so on. Yes, and this I will just delete it, and that's about it. You can actually experiment with the Notion template, I will actually link it in the description box below later. So when you actually watch my video, you can actually click on the description box and it would be there. And that's about it. It might seem overwhelming at first, but don't worry. Take your time to go through the template and experiment with it. You don't have to use all of the elements that I have created in the template. Just choose the ones that you feel necessary for your life and so on. If you have made it this far, I would like to hear from you, besties. Share your five goals for this year in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed the video so far, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that you won't miss any of my future uploads. Also, make sure to check out the Notion template. Happy New Year, besties. Can't wait to see you in my next video.